These are chamoy, or Korean, also known as Oriental melons. They come in a lot of different sizes, shapes, but they are generally about like this, and these are, I'd say, roughly average. You can see this one has some scarring. They're also sold by grades like most fruits. These came in a bag, but you can usually find these on the roadside. They're grown in greenhouses. They're quite good. They're not quite like a typical melon. They're, from what I've read, in the muskmelon family, but they are also related to cucumbers. So you'll see why here in a second. The whole thing's edible. You can eat everything from the stem, peel, seeds, flesh, and it's pretty sweet. The seeds are the sweetest part. So we'll see that here in a second. So these are usually just peeled. I like to do it in this way. You don't need to take much off because it's a pretty thin peeling. And the peeling is mostly just textural, so it doesn't really taste like much, kind of green, like a vegetable. For some other uses of this, I've seen them used in kimchis, and I've seen them used in various salads and different things, but I usually just eat them like they are, like this. I might cut them or do different things, but you can also just eat them like an apple once they're peeled, or even without peeling. I got a message. Popular today. Maybe I should say hello. So there's that. You see the seeds, they're quite typical, quite a little bit small. They're also slightly separated from the rest of the melon, like you would see in some other melons. But I don't scoop these out because that's where all the flavor really is. So if you cut them, now I've messed it up a little bit, but they eat quite good. Here you can see how that separation is. So I often like to cut them like this instead of just doing wedges or slices. Then you can eat them kind of like, I don't know, an apple or something. It's got really nice texture. Firm, a little crunchy. I've seen them get overdone, but you can really tell if they're ripe by the smell. So they'll have that musky smell that you often associate with like a muskmelon. And they're just delicious. They grow really easily, but they're not very common outside of Asian markets in the US. I'm addicted to these. I could eat maybe 8 or 10 a day, which I don't, but usually 3 or 4. And they're very nice. Definitely recommend.